Alright, happy Wednesday, guys. This Wednesday is a Q&A day, and that's one of my favorite days because it means that I get to stay inside and not get honked at and just answer your questions. So without further ado, my handy dandy iPad here and pull up the giveaway video. By the way, if you haven't already entered the giveaway, I'm going to link to the video right here. Click over to that video first and check out how you enter. It's a pretty awesome giveaway. It's pretty easy to be a part of it. And then come back here and watch some Q&As. I'm just pulling questions from the comments of that video. Alright, first question is from Guy Olivieri. You mentioned in previous video that you would network in cigar lounges. Do you have any tips for how to start conversations in a place like that? Thanks for the question, Guy. By the way, Guy's talking about the breakfast cigar that we did last week. I'm going to link to that video up here and in the description as well. And I talked a little bit about my experience in Los Angeles breaking into the film industry. And I said that when I first moved out here, I spent my mornings in coffee shop, and then I'd spend my days on set, and then I'd spend my evenings in cigar lounges. There are a couple really great cigar lounges in Los Angeles. So Guy's question is specifically, how do you strike up that conversation? And I'd say, it's the same way that you'd approach anybody. I think there is a sacred element to a cigar lounge where sometimes a gentleman or a lady goes there specifically to be left alone and just enjoy their cigar. So you have to be cognizant of that fact. Just ask them what they're smoking or how their day's been going, and catch a read off of that response if they're open to conversation. I would not lead with the thing you are networking for. A lot of my strongest connections that were made in these coffee shops and cigar lounges were people that I befriended over the course of 4 or 5 months before I even broached what I was trying to do in the industry, and if they had any advice or pointers for me. So yeah, that would be my advice: is be polite, don't bother people, and give a lot before you ask. Alright, Travel Guy says, my goodness, you've done it again. I like the conversation. I do too. I think this is really fun. Question for you: what are your views on proper ways to rid yourself of all the cigar smoke if you're at a lounge or their house? Thanks, brother. All the best. I appreciate it, man. Just shower, man. No, change your clothes. Yeah, I when I come home from a lounge, usually first order of business, if my wife's home, is to jump in the shower, because I'm gonna hear about it for the rest of the night. Michael Schifrin says, did I spot Lefroy? Would be great to discuss Scotch pairings for future videos. Love me some peat bombs. Michael, I'm jealous, man. I've always wanted to get over to the Isla. Yes, that was Lefroy Cardeas or Cardeas. I can't pronounce it. Lefroy is my drink. I've got a couple bottles of the quarter cask, of course. Went through a bottle of Lore for my wedding. I've definitely been thinking about doing some pairing videos. You guys, let me know in the comments if you want to see something with liquor pairings, Scotch pairings, whiskey, rum. Let me know what you're into, because that's probably coming real soon. All right, Kelly Clements says, love the videos. Thanks, dude. Only question I have every time I watch your videos: how do you walk around and smoke your cigars without getting hassled or self-conscious? Great question. Just the idea of walking around in public with a camera in your face in and of itself is daunting, let alone doing it with a cigar. I have only been stopped maybe 2 or 3 times while making these videos, and each time it's been somebody asking me where they can buy a cigar, which is always fun. So nobody's ever been, hostile toward the fact that I'm smoking a cigar. I'm sure I've gotten some looks, but I'm curious if those looks are because I'm smoking or because I'm out filming myself, walking around public, not paying any attention to anybody else. In terms of being self-conscious around people when you're smoking, man, it's you only get one of these lives, so why waste it worrying what other people are thinking about what you're doing? You do you, man. Anthony Brimmer says, what are your favorite cigar sizes, and how do you feel size and shape affect how a cigar smokes and flavor profiles? Well, given the name of this channel, I think that you probably know what my top shape is. I'm a big fan of the Lancero. I tend to like the smaller ring gauge cigars. A lot of that has to do with I like the way it feels in the mouth. I like that I can just grip it in my mouth and be typing or whatever, which you can do with a 54 as well. I'm sure it's just easier to just to grip a Lancero or like a 52 ring gauge in your mouth. Also, with Lancero, the wrapper plays the biggest role in the flavor of the cigar, because when you think about it, it's predominantly wrapper leaf. There's not a lot of binder and filler leaf to make that shape. And a lot of times the wrapper leaf is the best leaf on the cigar, flavor-wise. So whatever flavor that wrapper is known for, you're gonna get it full force. I also like torpedoes, again, for the same reason. You can get away with the bigger ring gauge, and it's a smaller ring gauge when it actually meets your mouth. Panatellas I enjoy, and Churchills. I really like the Churchill size as well. All right, Bad Assassin. Hi, could you do a video on your humidor, like what humidity you maintain your cigars at, etc.? Any storage advice, please? Yes, I'm planning on doing a video like that. Actually, guys, in the comments, let me know what you think of this idea. I'm thinking of developing a whole series of these one-off kind of foundational cigar topics, like humidity, storing Cubans versus storing non-Cubans, cutting cigars, how shapes affect taste. Let me know if that's something that you guys would be interested in, or you think you know people that would be interested in that kind of content. And that'll kind of help me shape that series moving forward. That'll probably be its own thing that we probably will shoot the beginning of next year. But Bad Assassin, just to get to the root of your question, I mean, the simple answer to a humidor is a 70-70, right? A lot of people say 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 70% humidity, that's ideal. I would tip you towards the sub 70 on both of those. There are lots of outside factors, what types of cigars you're humidifying and what type of environment you live in. But for me, for my humidor, my winador, I keep it at 66 degrees and at about 67% humidity. All right, guys, I think we'll wrap it up there for the Q&A. I got through a bunch of them from the giveaway video, which again, link in the description for that. I'm really enjoying these Q&As, so please leave me in the comments any questions that you guys have. A lot of these topics that we discuss in the Q&As are gonna become their own videos. So the more things come up, the more likely I am to go shoot that video sooner rather than later. Now, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to this channel. Just hit the little subscribe down below or the little icon of my face in the corner here. And again, leave me questions in the comments or thoughts on those video series that we discussed. I'm really looking forward to chatting with you guys. All right, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the comments.